Good morning, how are you doing? I'm Andrzej, Nedoma, your business coach and business advisor. Today I'm registering from a hotel. I'm traveling to visit my clients. We have one-on-one meeting with them in their premises. So forgive me the background, this is totally different than usually. But this is not yet the background I promised you I will show next week. We have quite an important topic, the pricing that can also drive growth and the pricing that can impact growth. And today I wanted to share with you one of the major lessons that I got probably some 15 years ago when I got interested by customer-centric selling, and I was taking customer-centric selling courses because I was building the sales team in our organizations, in the businesses that I was running. And I remember there was this graph that showed how the importance of different elements perceived by the client change over time during the sales process. And the sales process was divided into like initial analysis, then the evaluation of the solution provided or suggested by the supplier, and then commitment. So commitment was the moment where the buyer needed to commit to the purchase. So it was their decision on selecting the vendor. So we were looking at how the perspective of the buyer was changing across the buying process, because we were looking at this from their perspective. And what was really interesting, for me it was a discovery, is that we had these lines on the graph, and different lines, they were in different levels, which indicated the importance of this element for the client. And of course there was price, and it was pretty high, but what was even higher, much higher, was the risk. And this is what I wanted to tell you today about, because I think this is super important. I meet so many clients who say that how they distinguish themselves is quality and price. And if you think about this, none of them probably is true, right? And by the way, what does it mean that your quality is better? Like, who offers better quality? And it's very rare that you can really distinguish yourself by the quality before you define what it really means, and by the way, what it means for the client, because their definition of quality can be different. So already here we have a hint. It's important to understand what client values and not what you value, right? And also what client understand by a certain term like quality, because it might be something different than you think. But we wanted to talk about the price, and the big thing was the price was well below the risk. So it means it wasn't the most important. So if you say you want to compete on price, like I hear many times, why is it? If price isn't the most important element, then your price doesn't need to be the best. I mean, the best for the client, which means the cheapest. So all the entrepreneurs and business people I knew that they'd say they compete on quality or price, they compete on price. Well, it doesn't really make sense, because lots of clients, especially in B2B transactions, they do not value price as much as they value the risk. Wow. They do not value the price as much as they value the risk, which means the lower risk can guarantee for a customer probably the higher price that they are ready to pay. So if you focus on reducing the risk, the price can change. So if you think about how price affects your growth, well, the lowest the price, the lower the margin. So you don't like that. If you scale, you surely want to scale a profitable business, so you want to make good margins. And if you want to make good margins, price should be high. So price can be a great tool to drive growth and drive profitability, but how can you do it? And this graph was really an answer. If risk is higher, then how can we use it to increase our prices? Well, if we lower the risk, then price can be higher because clients value the risk more So risk is more important. So how can we decrease the risk for the customer? And here is the main role of the sales process. And it's great salespeople. They discover the client's project, the client's goals, the client's objectives, needs, solutions that they are looking for in the context of what they want to achieve. And if we understand what the client wants to achieve, then we realize that in fact our product, our service is just a step that contributes to client success. That's important. If we can understand that our process, our service, our products, our solutions, they are the step for the client, the element that contributes to their success, then we have something very important, because we can ask the natural question, so what is this success and how much